Welcome back everyone once again to a SnowRunner video. We've been playing Roadcraft for quite some time since it dropped. It's been great, but hey, we're back in the saddle here for the Freightliner and Western Star dual pack DLC as well as some other changes that have dropped that we'll talk about here later. This will be my first looks for both these vehicles. I'm going to quickly go through and show you guys a few things and give you guys some quick overview thoughts. This is not my formal review. I will actually do some more work and give you guys a formal review of both these vehicles at a later date. I just need time to look at them. So shout out to Saber for bringing back these old trucks from MudRunner into the new game SnowRunner here. This is awesome. Let's get in here and talk about the Freightliner FLD 120. It is a heavy duty truck. Has a pretty good fuel capacity and engine options. This is a pretty good engine at 192,000. It's shared with the C500 and then other vehicles as well. The vehicle in itself is, I would say, over 9 metric tons. Those are not precise numbers. Please don't quote me on that one. But I think it's roughly around I would say, heavier in this class to maybe around mid. So it's in a pretty good spot in its class right now pertaining to weight. Moving forward, the gearboxes, nothing special like the other trucks that have come out, like the MacPack DLCs and stuff like that. Race suspension option gets it 46-inch off-road tires. It does have a custom tire. The custom tire isn't anything to write home about code-wise, and I don't think it actually merits using it over something like a JAT OHD or even a normal OHD1, OHD2, OHD3 tire. So pick one of your choosing. It has heavy tires. This is a great thing. We've talked about the strength of this in prior videos. If you'd like to know more, please stop by the stream afterward. I can explain it or just go through my videos about the power of heavy tires. Anyways, moving forward, it does get a switchable all-wheel drive and switchable diff lock. Tall mushroom snorkel there. That's the highest one it can have. You can see it on screen right now. And moving forward, it has a lot of add-on options, as you can see. Has this service cab here that you can put on, giving it repair parts and spare wheels. However, with that, you cannot have the crane low saddle revered option that I love, and you can see the frame is very much so set up for this. Down sloping rear frame, very well, good placement here for low saddle. I'm gonna have a blast with it. Moving forward, this right here is very, very, very unique. As you can see, it has 360 repair parts, 1 spare wheel, and 80 gallons, which equates to, for those who use metric, that's 300 liters of fuel. So that's basically like a white Western Star fuel tank that you just have with this shield repair parts. Kind of neat. So I might actually take a look at using this with different types of configurations just to make it work, right? So you can use it without the crane, but with the crane, it pops it off. So really cool options there that you can actually have, the service cab to give it that like sleeper bed look that we've seen on the pictures when they were teasing this thing. So really awesome. And then you have all these different paint options, which I'm not really super big fan of them, but hey, we still have our color pickers and, have the MacPack or the Mac Defense green up there and also the desert colors. And you can just play around with these if you'd like. I think it looks great looking vehicle. I'm excited to test it out and put it through its paces, but I think it's going to perform pretty well. Moving forward, here's the one I've been really excited about to use. And I made some predictions on its engine options because it is, it's a 6900 XD. The other one is the 6900 twin steer. So little brother comes into the game here, or sibling comes into the game here with 55-inch tires and a race suspension. Pretty high fuel capacity here at 85 gallons. I'm not sure what that equates to in liters. I'm sure it's well above 300 liters. So something that I did not expect was it to have this engine here, which is also shared with, like I said before, plenty of vehicles in this game at 192,000. The vehicle is pretty heavy. I'll say that. I think it's over 17 metric tons. It's probably even more than that, to be quite fair. I haven't added a lot of those small weights in. So I expected this to share the same engine with the actual twin steer, but it didn't. So I'm going to actually do a lot of testing here on stream with pulling potential, kind of similar to what I did with the C500, because I think the C500 people were, saying it didn't have a lot of pulling power and it just didn't perform, but it's like that slow grinded out. This is kind of what I'm expecting with this, but maybe even more powerful. Who knows? No special gearboxes here that I can see in the files, just standard ones. Race suspension gets it from a 53 to a 55-inch OHD tire. It does have a special tire on it, or I would say a custom tire, but the coatings are just not there to like I said, to merit using those over something like an OHD or a Jet OHD. So kind of sad, but I think it's okay. OHD tires are still awesome. Heavy tires are amazing. So it gets the heavy winches and nothing too special there, but it is a heavy truck. I thought it would be in the heavy class just because, yeah, it's pretty big. So anyways, moving forward, we have these tall snorkels and has some different unique options for add-ons. It gets the LK2NY. This is that big crane. So we're going to test this out a little bit on stream and even for the review, because it does drop its power to weight quite a bit. Can do this combo here, and has, you know, the long 3-slot flatbed. You can't use it with the crane. And then you have these things here like this. Let's see if they can actually do this. It cannot. Okay, that's good to know. Moving forward, basically it gets this fuel tank here, and then it also gets the expanded fuel tank just like the 5600 TS does, which is really kind of cool. On top of that, it gets the extended water tank, which is also pretty neat. And this is something I'm not sure about this with the placement of the LC 3.8 loading crane being this far back. This is almost seems like Azov Atom type position or something of those sorts. So it does have high saddle, low saddle here. This is going to be, I'm going to have to test this out a little bit. It does have a trunk repair supplies, getting it 22 gallons of fuel on top. And then you have this vehicle extraction kit. This was actually brought out before, not this one, but a different one back in season 5, which was the Dawn. The Tatra Force had a vehicle kind of like a recovery kit like this. So we're going to see if this actually does a good job and works well. It does have a fuel tank, spare tires, and also repair parts. So these are things we'll probably check out on live stream to see how this actually works compared to, yeah, the Tatra Force's recovery kit. Hopefully it does. Moving forward here, take a quick look at these color pickers. I think it looks great in this Mac Defense screen, but the colors they gave it, not sure if I like those too much. I think this one looks pretty decent. So, but we have the color picker that came out in season 15, so you're all good there. I really like how tall this vehicle sits. It's going to be interesting to see its center of gravities and stuff like that, but we'll all check those things out at a later date. And then now I want to show you guys something else. The Pacific P16 has now gotten its own custom front for logs. And then also it gets the P16 logging trailer. I haven't found a way to actually retract this trailer to put it on top of its roof like it does, or like vehicles of old. So I don't know if that's happened. If anybody knows about that, please let me know in the comments. But I haven't seen any type of menu option to do so. But it's kind of cool. It has, yeah, a specialized, it's all custom. So that's pretty sweet. I hope that's not the end of the updates to the Pacific trucks, but hey. Okay, moving forward, the trailer that we were missing in season 15 that was in the PTS, but that didn't come to the live release. It did for Switch for a while, but then it kind of dropped off, is this double medium log trailer. I have my own reservations about this trailer that I will talk about at a later date, but it's back. Hopefully it's better than last time, and hopefully it's not just too cumbersome to drive around. But those are things that have come back to the game, which is kind of cool. So that'll be the end of this video, guys. Please come over and stop by the stream, and I will post a review on both of these vehicles at a later date. So until next time, y'all, God bless and stay upright.